Hey everyone, I'm doing my reflection on the gospel for today. I'm not using the Knox Shrine one, I'm using the one from the main readings of the church. And today's reading is about how it's hard for the rich to pass through to heaven. It's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle. And so Jesus is using an analogy. He doesn't mean it literally. But he's showing us that in this world, especially in the past, maybe not so much now, but especially in the past, it's the people who had the wealth, the people who had their own properties, their own cars, they could afford to buy all the luxuries in the world. They were the ones who were esteemed. They were valued more than ordinary people who were out of jobs, migrants, refugees. They were treated very badly if you were in that state in life. Now we have protections in place. We treat people with care. We value them. We make sure that we try to provide clothing, housing, food. But in Jesus's day, people who were the most vulnerable got treated the worst. You see that in the workplace. If there were no laws in place, how I got treated would be even worse than it was. But because there are laws in place, those with power cannot make it worse. It's bad enough, but Jesus is saying that if somebody is rich, even though they are rich financially, by God's grace, they can still enter the kingdom of heaven. And why he's saying that is for the same reasons that those things happen then. It's the abuse of power, it's taking advantage of the vulnerable, it's the systems that perpetuate poverty, that perpetuate injustice. Those are the things that Jesus was teaching against. And so for me, I take action by signing petitions, by standing up for my own rights and those of others. I take action by upgrading my skills, by using them in the workplace, in the community, and also working with my doctors, working with my healthcare professionals to make sure that I have the supports in place that I need to maintain my health, to maintain my well-being. There's a lot of things we don't have, which my doctor who came here from England is surprised at. For example, your eye care, unless you have diabetes or something like that, you don't get free health care for having your eyes checked. You have to pay for it. Your glasses are not covered. Glasses are very expensive in Canada. And if you're getting like me $7.33 a month and you used to be paid $35 to $50 an hour, it's insulting. You can't afford anything on that. So for me, it's that hope that Jesus offers that says that you might be born poor in this world, but in God's eyes, you are valued, you are equal. And the rich man, because they lord their power over others, they too will answer for their actions, for what they've done. They too will give an answer to God, because nothing is impossible with God. God will even have pity on them if they ask for it. So those are my thoughts for today and how I interpreted that reading for the gospel, for the good news. And it's a similar situation when I was in South Africa and studying at Wits. There were a lot of things I couldn't afford, I couldn't have. As a foreigner, I couldn't claim access to their benefits, to their welfare, to their social assistance, to bursaries, because I was not a citizen of their country. But I was given the privilege of studying there, so I accepted that because there are limitations to what I could and could not do. And I made the most of my education. I helped to bring people together at the university of all backgrounds, all races, and we had a good community. I do the same thing in my church here. When refugees come in, I welcome them, I help them, I tell them about my work experience, how I integrated into Canada, how I took courses to upgrade my skills so that I could find work. I give them names of recruitment firms where they can register. And if my doctor's office says, oh, we're taking new patients, tell people, I tell people. So those are some of the small steps we can take to put our faith into action and to live them in our lives. I'm also very firm with my relatives, not my immediate family, because my immediate family do not force me to get psychiatric assessments. But the extended family have told me that unless I get another psychiatric assessment, they are not willing to help me financially. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with me. I am not taking your commands and taking your power over me to say that unless I get another psychiatric assessment, you are not going to help me. If you don't want to help me, don't help me. Because our family gave you a lot of support when you needed it. Maybe not financially, but with your life decisions, with your weddings, with being there for you. And not only me, but also my family. So if you are going to say, I am firm on this and I am not giving you money unless you go with a family member and have another psychiatric assessment, my answer is no. Because you are not a healthcare professional and you have no right to demand that of me. I know my own needs, I know what I'm doing, I know my responsibilities, and I'm not only asking you as a family member for that help, I'm asking the community, I'm asking the public, and no other person has demanded a psychiatric assessment of me. So my answer remains no. I am going to look for work and I am getting work and I am prepared to relocate and go to America or England or Zimbabwe or wherever I can get that work. You control your own life, and if it's upsetting you that much, you go and get a psychiatric assessment. So this is how I do it now, because they send me emails, I respond by email. They don't want to talk about it. In our culture, in the Catholic culture, we talk, we dialogue. They don't want to talk, they want to keep records. So I'm also keeping records now. Because just as much as they have their views, I have my views. And my views are based on what I think and I feel is good for me. And I have been educated in what I am doing, because I also refer people when necessary. And if I needed that, my own doctors would tell me, you need to do this. But I am working with social care, I am working with the Career Foundation, I'm working with professionals who are supporting me in the right way. So thank you, keep your money and keep your life, because I refuse to go and get another psychiatric assessment because you don't like my social media posts and you don't like my Facebook and you don't like people watching my videos. But I am doing this because I need that support. I need people to watch my videos. I need people to be aware that I'm a speaker. I need people to know what my situation is so that I can get a job, not just help others and have an empty bank account. So this is my view on it. And I'm not rich in money, but I aim to get there. I aim to get there. I aim to get to a place where I am not begging for money, but I am lending it. I am giving it. Just like I have in the past. I did not ask for one job loss to ruin my life. And I intend to keep applying for jobs until I get that job, and keep living my faith and keep going to church and keep living out my faith. And there is no reason I should be excommunicated from the Catholic Church. I have done nothing but good, and I've done nothing but right by my church. I intend to keep going to church every week. And if you don't want to go, don't go. Stay at home. I know my place in life, and I will continue to go and worship in the Catholic Church.